Yo, yo. I apologize. Technical difficulties here in the Rattle Studios. My shit's all fucked up. I hope it's fixed now. Hope we're live again. Hope you can hear what I'm saying. It's a fucking big deal. The RowdCast is a big fucking deal to me. Hope it's a big fucking deal to you. I don't have no more time to talk about news and shit like that. But what I was talking about is, chemicals being put into the ground and put into the air and put into the water and how it's affecting us. And it really is. If you don't believe that, you're fucking crazy. Shit has an effect on us, and we're living through it. And I believe that's where a lot of disease and shit comes from. The cancer and the Alzheimer's and the preservatives and the additives and the shit that's in our foods. That more than it ever has been. These hormones and shit that are pumping into our beef and our fucking chickens and shit. That has an effect, guys. There's something that has a fucking... It's having an effect on us. If you don't believe me, look at the fucking statistics, man. Look at what's happening to people and how people are dying. It's wacky. But that's not that's kind of what we're talking about tonight, but that's not only what we're talking about tonight. I want to talk about America, and what we're serving to our people, it has a lot to do with it, but all in all, it's about America. It's about where we live, and the shit that we fucking are dealing with, and the mess that we're having to clean up right now, because it's a shitstorm, man. It's a fucking shitstorm, and if you don't realize that, you're fucking insane. But what we're trying to say. Let's talk about what we're trying to say. So, why is America like it is? Why are we, it seems like to me, I'm 26. I've only been living on my own for, let's say, I've been living since I've been 20. I spent almost a year back at my parents' house, probably, 4 years ago or something like that. So for the most part, take 1 year out. I've been living on my own for 6 years. And working to make do and pay the rent and pay the bills and, putting the hours in and doing what I got to do. And, a lot of times going to school and, going, and I take my hat off to anybody that goes to school and works. They do both. You're trying to get a degree, but you're also working. My hat's off to you. You're a different kind of individual. Working a job to get by is one task in itself. But to go to school and work at the same time, because I've done it, it is, if not, other than getting off drugs, and getting off drugs and get myself sober, the hardest thing that I've ever done. That is just putting that school in and managing the work and being able to make yourself to work on time and do a good job that is a task in itself. And my hat's off to you. And a lot of people I don't think give you guys the credit that you need, but I've done it, and I know that was one of the toughest times of my life. I was doing an internship 20 hours a week. I was working 30 hours a week at a restaurant, and I was putting in 12 credit hours, which 12 credit hours ain't shit. But doing all that together, the internship was unpaid, and it sucked. Doing all that was one of the toughest times of my life. Robert, we got somebody chatting. That's what it's all about. We got somebody somebody listening to spreading the good word. But anybody that does that, my hat's off to you, because it's not easy. And just working a job and surviving is not easy. It's tough, man. And right now, I mean, so let's say, like I said, 7 years, I'm living on my own, paying my own bills and everything. I feel like at this time right now, things are the most expensive they've ever been. You get paid more, but things are so much more expensive. Everything evens out. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're in Ohio. It doesn't matter if you're in fucking New Mexico, if you're in California or anything. The wage is adjusted to no matter where you're at. But things are the most expensive. So it's a lot harder to get by now than it ever has. It really is. Things where the sad thing to me is that, I see these things of these people that are on welfare, and they're on welfare and they got a fucking stacked fridge. They sit at home all day. They got fucking 6 kids. And I mean, if this hurts your feelings and shit because I'm saying this, I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. But let's be realistic. You had 6 kids. You don't fucking work. Your baby daddy or your baby's daddies. How many there are? Who knows? They didn't work either, so they left you. You may get child support. You may not. If not, you get assistance from the government. So you don't work. You have kids. The government pays my tax dollars, everybody else's tax dollars, pay for your kids and for you to sit on your ass, have all the juice boxes in your fridge that you want, all the food that you want, and you don't have to do nothing. You sit on your ass. And in most states, you don't even get drug tested to have that. So you can be snorting pills or shooting heroin, and it doesn't matter. You get the benefits that the rest of us do not get. We all have to work every day. We grind it in, we grind it out. We put our nose on the grindstone and we work our ass off to put that food on the table just to get by, And that's not right. That's not fair, and it's not right. People that work their ass off should be rewarded better than they are. And it's sad. And because that's not what America's about. That's not what this country's about. It's about working hard and getting what you want and what you deserve. And you work hard now and you try to save, but nowadays saving's harder than ever and everything's more expensive than ever. So it's tough, man. It's tough. And who do we blame that on? Everybody wants to blame that on, Obama. It's Obama's fault. It's the president's fault. Once Obama's gone, we're going to get somebody else in there, and it's going to happen, and this blah, blah. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who's in office. And you want to hear me? A lot of people are telling me, I've said it 100 times, who's going to run office next? Guess who? It ain't someone we ain't seen before. I'll tell you that. It's not someone we've never heard of before. It's going to be Hillary Clinton. Unless she messes up majorly, Hillary Clinton is going to run that fucking office again. And we're going to have the Clintons in there one more time. Unless something happens majorly in her campaign, she's going to be in office. You can say I'm wrong. Because everyone says how good of a job Clinton did. Clinton was the best. Clinton did this. Clinton's unemployment was at an all-time high, and Clinton's minimum wages are at an all-time high, and blah, 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 blah. Dude, do you know what kind of person Bill Clinton was, or the Clintons are? I have one video, I've talked about it on here before, one documentary for you to watch. It's called The Clinton Chronicles. If you've never seen it, sit down and watch it, because until then, I've been the biggest fan of Bill Clinton in my life. All of our presidents that we've had are all crooks. They're all corrupt. They all have their hands in other things other than they have their eyes on the prize, man. They're all caught up in other games and other things that are being played. They don't really give a shit about us. They say they do. Who knows? Maybe even what the president says isn't what goes. Maybe there's somebody else behind fucking pulling the strings. That's how it really seems, man. Gotta let me put some chew in. Gotta get my nicotine fix. You know, I think that's how it feels to me. It's that there's someone else there pulling the fucking strings and saying, you know, this is what's going on. Maybe it's not all up to the president, because it seems like what we vote on and what we want to happen doesn't happen. You know, the things that we ask for and we really want are almost ignored. You know, if you look at marijuana prohibition and the shit that's went on with that, you know, I've said forever there's nothing wrong with marijuana. It should be legal. If alcohol is legal, there's no reason someone shouldn't be able to smoke a joint. I mean, you can't fight it. And for years and years and years, I told you it's poison. It's a gateway drug. It'll make you stupid. It's gonna do this. It's gonna get you hooked on crack. It's gonna do this and it's gonna do that. And realistically, it's not true. We know it's not true. And now they're starting to legalize it, so we absolutely know it's not true because the government's going against exactly what they said. And the only reason they're going against what they said is because they're making money off of it. It has nothing to do with what the people wanted, what we've asked for forever. Yeah, we're voting it in now, but guess what? Before we would have voted it in. But it doesn't matter because they didn't agree with it. Now they know the money that can be made. And you watch, now that what's being done in Colorado, the millions, how we're exceeding, you know, billions of dollars they're going to make in a year off legal marijuana, it's going to spread to every state. Southern states are going to be last because they're so conservative. The Bible Belt states will be the last ones to go. But the rest of them, you're going to see them all follow suit, man. You know, Ohio, Michigan, all the northern states are going to jump on it. All the western states are going to jump on it. And the last will be all the Bible Belt states. And I'm sure Florida will jump on and Louisiana will jump on before. But, you know, Tennessee and Georgia and Alabama and all them it's going to take a while. But they'll be the last ones to jump. But they're all going to jump. And they're all going to make tons of money off of it. And that's the only reason. It has nothing to do with what the people want, what the people think is right. Yeah, we've said the whole time we don't think it's that fucking big of a deal. But it's about what the government makes off of it. It has nothing to do with what we think. You know, we think, oh, we've said this, yeah, we're getting our way. No, we're not. Because they're going to tax the fuck out of it. They're going to charge the shit out of you. And at the end of the day, they're making their money. You're getting fucked. Because you could have, back in the day, you could have went and hit up Joe down the street and got a bag for $20. And now you're going to pay $60 for that same bag. And the government's going to skim off the top. And that's what it's about. And that's why they're doing this, because they make money now. We talk about the police of all time. Look at what they're having now, dude. They have Humvees. They have tanks. They're all being... Every local police department is being suited with their own Humvee, a bulletproof Humvee to carry their patrol, like a SWAT truck. The smallest of small towns are getting Humvees, bulletproof Humvees. They all get military jackets, bulletproof vests. They're not cops anymore, dude. They're being prepared for something different. It's not like we're all crazy homicidal maniacs with fucking, you know, heavy machine guns and shit. They're obviously ready for something or waiting for something to happen. You know? They know what we have. They know what kind of weapons we have. They've known that for a long time. So why, of now, of all times, are they suiting up and doing the things that they're doing? That's my question. Because it's an all-time high. You know, and the way that they abuse their force, you know, they think that they can do anything. And that's like the video I played at the beginning. My buddy has a video playing it back. And if you look it up, it's like police brutality 2014 or something. You look that video up on YouTube, and the shit that you see, a dude, you know, yeah, he's running from the cops. You shouldn't be running from the cops. But, you know, he's in his car. And at no time do I condone fucking running from police. If you did something wrong, pull over and take your fucking sentence like a man. You know? But The dude wrecks his fucking minivan, and he gets ejected from the car, out the windshield, flies out the fucking windshield, flies into a fucking ditch. His body's lifeless. He's KO'd. He's out, dude. He ain't moving. They fucking run up. The cop runs up, jumps his knee onto his head, and they all fucking pull out their clubs and start beating the shit out of him. The dude's out, dude. He's not moving. He's done. You just seen him get ejected from a vehicle going 60 miles an hour. He's done, man. What was the need of fucking beating him with fucking clubs? You know? Or there's ones you see guys handcuffed, and the one cop has him handcuffed with his arms behind his back, holding him, and the other cop runs up and starts sucker punching him in the face. What's the point of this? Yeah, some of these guys are criminals. I understand that. But there's a time when it comes too much, man. It's too much. We're not in a time where we act like that. Just because you have a badge on doesn't mean you can do whatever the fuck you want. And I think that's the problem now. Is because you have a badge on, you think nobody's looking. Yeah, you can throw a little fucking sucker punch in the face or a little knee into the head or fucking punch him in the ribs a couple times. That's not what it's about, man. That's not what being a police officer is about. I have plenty of police officers in my family that have been in the line of fire, have been in the line of duty. And that's not what it's about, man. You're there to protect and to serve us, the people. So is the government. You're there to serve the people. What we say and what we want, what we believe in, is what you're supposed to follow. And that's not what we're having. It is totally the opposite of what's going on right now. We ask for something and we vote, and sometimes what we vote on, they throw it out. How the fuck does that happen? What it's supposed to be is what we vote on and what we believe in is what happens. And if you look at the Ukraine and you look at the shit that's going on right now, what's up, Amanda? Welcome to the party. We're just chatting along. If you look at the Ukraine and what's going on, you see what those people did. They stood up. They said, no, fuck the government. We don't believe in this shit. You want to get buddy-buddy with Russia? We're not Russia. We're our own country. We're saying fuck you. We're not doing that. And they overthrew the government. They stood up for what they believed in, and they said no, and they got the government out of there. What did they do? Russia took the prime minister and expedited him and kept him safe. And then Russia rolled in, and Russia took over because Russia was threatened. Because they have their own what's the word I'm looking for? They have their own ties and shit to the Ukraine that before, realistically, they shouldn't have anything to do with the Ukraine because Ukraine's its own country. But realistically, they had their ties in there the whole time. And if you think that's any different than us in Iraq, you're fucking crazy. It's the same thing. We had things that we wanted. Saddam wasn't giving us what we wanted. We went and took it. So to think that Putin is fucking crazy or something like that is no difference. That's the world we're living in, man. And they tell us, this and they tell us that, and they, you think, like I said, the preservatives and additives, the shit they put in our food, anything that's quick and ready or fast and ready or this, you stick in the microwave and we eat it. I eat it every day. This shit ain't good for you, man. Too much of that. You want to wonder why cancer is climbing at an all-time rate, and it's going to go from, let's look at the stats for one more time. Let's look at it one more time. I can't find it, but they said it's going to go from like 1.3 to 3.2 by 2030 of cancer. The rate of people having cancer in the U.S. Why is that? That is not just something that just happens. From all the chemicals that are being put around us, into the ground, into the air, into the fucking water that we drink, the fluoride that you drink. You think, listen to this one. Think about this one. The fluoride that you fucking drink, okay? It's in our water, right? It's put in our water because it's supposed to, kill enamel and keep your teeth healthier, and it's better for your body, right? Well, how come it's in your toothpaste too, right? How come on your toothpaste it says, if you swallow too much of this, consult poison control? Why is that? Consult poison control if you have too much fluoride, if you swallow too much of it. You're drinking it every day. It's a known fact by scientists that if you have too much fluoride, it's not a good thing for your body. But they put it in our water. Your city water that you drink every day has this pump full of fluoride. And if you look at the facts, the reason they put fluoride in the water was because back in the day, people didn't take care of their teeth the way that we do today. Today we have mouthwash and we have, all kinds of, pro enamel toothpaste and whitening and stuff. I didn't have back then. So today we are more set than we ever been. We don't need the fluoride treatment that we used to need. And that's what they said is like rural communities and shit back in the day. Even nowadays, certain rural communities may need it. Hillbillies that don't wash their teeth, yeah, that fluoride's going to help. People that take care of their teeth every day, you don't need the fluoride treatment that they're pumping in. Because realistically, it has no benefits to your body. It's a poison. It's a toxin that you don't need. But yet they pump it in. And you put it in your toothpaste. So if you swallow too much of your toothpaste, and you can go to the emergency room or poison control to get that shit pumped out of you, what's the point of drinking it every day? So if you drink too many glasses of water, which you're supposed to have 8 glasses of water a day, you drink too much of water, do you have to call poison control? I'm confused about it. To think that, I love this country. I love everything about it. I'm free. There's no one that can stop me. I'm free. If I want to take my pants off right now and walk onto my patio, I could do it. I may get in trouble, but I could do it. I can do anything I want. It's America. There's a lot of things that we have that a lot of places can't have. But to think that you're totally free or anything like that, that's an illusion to all of us. And that's something that's been pulled, a veil that's been pulled over all of our eyes. And it's kind of sad that some people don't see it. They just believe that everything's for the best. We preach this game of terrorism, and we're eradicating terrorism, taking out terrorism around the world, and that's what we're fighting for, and the best, I think. But, we're all against chemical warfare. But what about drones firebombing schools and, hitting the wrong places, or wedding parties and shit that they do accidentally? Just, a person's having a wedding and someone, in a different country, and we accidentally fucking firebomb them with one of our drones and kill, 40 people there. Is that not terrorism? Just no reason. Is a casualty of war? It happens. I don't think so. I don't think that's right. It's fucked up, man. And for us, we're you had John Kerry saying, for talking about Russia, for a country to invade another country over political interests is just, it's not right, blah, blah. What have we done? You can't sit there and talk shit on another country and say that they're doing wrong when we've done the exact same fucking thing. You look like a fucking moron to the rest of the world. The world already hates us. The world, because of George Bush, and it's not Bush's fault. It's this country's fault. But because of George Bush, the rest of the world looks at us like morons, like idiots, because of the things that we've done. And they look at us like, they think that we all stand behind our president, and we have our hands up saying, yeah, good job, good job, good job. Go America, fucking destroy this and blow this up, and let's take this, and we're going to steal the oil. But that's not how we all feel. And I know a lot of you that are listening to me know that's not how we feel. That's not how I feel. I go to bed at night, and these are the things I think about. You know, it's bigger than that. We're more important than that. And it bothers me. Because this country deserves more. You know, and like the Ukraine people, can we all just stand up and say fuck that and riot in the streets and say no until we can move our president out of the wing? But like I said with Hillary, I feel Hillary is next in line. It's like it's already set up. It's like it's already been decided. It's going to happen. And I don't want to see that happen, but it seems that way, that everything's already set. Everything's already laid down. We're going to follow that no matter what we think. And what, you know, as much as I think Hillary might be a better president, I know that she has Bill Clinton behind her. And like I said, if you don't know anything about the Clintons, watch Clinton Chronicles and realize how many people that they had taken out. At the end of the documentary, they show, before the credits, they roll names. And there's probably about 20 to 30 names they roll that were all suicides, plane crashes, just weird deaths that all had to do with Clinton's cabinet when he was a governor or when he was in the presidency. That were just unexplainable deaths. And you think all those people went out that way? I don't believe it. That's too much of a coincidence. They tie up their loose ends. All these people that have been in government, they worked their way to the top. If you know anything about Bill Clinton, he was smuggling cocaine when he was a governor. He was smuggling cocaine when he was a president. He's a sex addict. He's a coke addict. I mean, it's all there, man. You look it up and research it. And tell me, if that's the person, his wife is going to be the person that's going to run our country. I don't know if that's the best. And like I said, I can't say, it's not Obama's fault. We're already in the hole before Obama got there. Our debt is at an all-time high. My school loans, all-time high. I was $60,000 in school loans. And is there any way, you know, they talk about reimbursing and blah, blah. And this is nothing racist to say, but if you're not Caucasian, if you're black or you're Mexican or you're Asian or something, you go to school, most of your schools are already paid for. Must be nice. Mine wasn't. I had to loan every dollar, you know. My parents were pretty well off, but guess what? I went the hard route. I wanted it all for myself, so I dug the hole for myself. So now I sit on these loans that I don't have a degree for. I have no way with a job making $10 an hour to pay for. No way to dig out of the hole, man. I can survive, but barely. Not paying the loans that they want, not the payments that they want. $680 a month. You're fucking crazy. Get out of here. And this is the nation. I mean, and I'm not the only one. There's hundreds and thousands of kids out there that are in the same boat I am, and that's just school loans. That's not talking, you know, mortgages and the foreclosures and shit that are going on, and you know, and they keep saying it's rising, it's rising, it's rising. And I talked about the money too. If you look at the charts and you compare it to the Great Depression, we're right on line. We almost sync up exactly the same as the chart with the Great Depression, and the market crashed in April. And I hope that's not going to happen again, because if it happens again, it's going to be serious repercussions for everybody. You know, it's sad because, like I said, I love this country and I want the best for us, for all of us. And no matter what, we still get to live where we live, and we still get to enjoy what we enjoy. But each day they're cracking certain rights, and they're pushing those rights to, you know, they're pushing it now where they can come up in your house without a warrant. in a state of panic or a fucking martial law, like in Boston when the bombings, they shut that whole city down in Boston. They could go in anybody's house they wanted to because it was martial law pretty much. They didn't have to have a warrant. They were searching for a suspect. They come in, kick your door in, and search your house. There was no reason, no rhyme, no reason, no nothing. They just did because they wanted to. That's a problem. Because that's not what our forefathers wanted. That's not what, this was about. That's not what this country was founded on. We have rights. We have certain things that were given to us from the Constitution that are our rights that no matter what, not even the government can change, not the federal government can change, because they're given to us. Our forefathers would be sad to know some of the things that are going on today. And that's the world we live in. This is the great old United States of America. And I'm proud to be an American, but I'm not proud for what this government stands for and the things that they're trying to get away with. And if you don't know about it, now you do. And I'm just trying to spread the word to more people. So, it is what it is. I appreciate everybody for listening. You guys are the best. People that support me. You keep me going. But don't think that I'm talking crazy or talking on my ass, because this shit is real. This shit is fucking... It's never been more real. If you really want me to get crazy, you want to talk about the FEMA camps and shit that they have. The things that they have set up. So when the shit does hit the fan, they have places for us to go. For the people that resist and the people that they want to take out. They already have it all set up, man. They're all over the nation, these FEMA camps. They're like concentration camps. They have playgrounds. They got fences built on them from the inside so you can't get out. Look it up. It's real. They've been building these for years, since George W. Bush was in office, all over the country. And they have our country divided into sectors, so if there is a great emergency, that we're all put into sectors. It's all real, man. This isn't fucking science fiction. This isn't a joke. This isn't something I made up. This is all real shit. So, I'll leave you with that, man. Do the research. Look this shit up. And know I'm not talking out my ass. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to aware you of what the fuck this world is and what the fuck the nation that we're dealing with is. And all we can do is just keep living our lives and work for the better power. But we'll see what happens. So, with that being said, I'll leave you. I appreciate everyone listening, taking the time to chat with me, jam with me tonight, and listen to what I had to say. It's something I'm passionate about, man. Something I'm serious about, not worry about. I'm proud of this country, and I'm proud of everyone that fought for this country and died for this country and gave me and you the right to live in this country and do what we do. But if half of them knew that passed away, knew they would have died for what's going on today, they would cry. They would roll and roll and roll in their grave. So, that'd be the end of the RowdCast. This is the 25th RowdCast. 25 hours of fucking goodness. Go back and listen. Like I said, tonight has a lot, it's kind of a sum up of a lot of things I've talked about. But it's real, man. This is the America we live in. And, there's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it, and if we have to fight for what we want, then we gotta fight for what we want, and I'm down. Let's do what we gotta do. We gotta take this country back. Let's take this country back, cause I've had enough, and I know I'm not the only one. So that's it. I'm Roddy Radloff. It's been real. It's been fun. You know what it is. I'm signing out. Peace.